ZineQuest, or ZineMonth, is a month-long event happening every February, in which RPG creators crowdfund their scenes on Kickstarter or other crowdfunding platforms. Today, I'm going to talk about a few overlooked RPG scenes projects that are currently crowdfunding. I will be focusing on the ones that are yet to be funded or have raised less than £1,000 at the time of recording. Me, the Singularity by Michael Duxbury is a haunted house in space game about knowing yourself and others. It has reached its funding goal, but currently has only less than £1,000. The Kickstarter campaign is running until the end of the month, so there's still plenty of time to back this project. Me, the Singularity is originally a visual novel by Super Circuit, whom Michael is partnering with to create this tabletop RPG. It's got a very interesting premise. The story takes place in a space station in which one of the players is a space ghost coming back from the future to warn the crewmate about an impending doom. The game has unique mechanics in which a player has to communicate through non-verbal means. From the description on the page, it reminds me of board games like Mysterium, which sounds really cool to me. Super Circuit is a great artist who does awesome looking anime style art for the game. So back this project if you want a sci-fi game with really good art, mechanics and story. Fishbone Archipelago Lost Lighthouse by Mikhail Malkin is a system-agnostic fantasy adventure about surviving a shipwreck on an uncharted island. Currently, it's got under £700 of its £2,200 goal. The crowdfunding campaign is running till the 2nd of March on Kickstarter. As a system-agnostic adventure, it can be paired with any of your favorite RPG systems. In the story, your crew is shipwrecked on an uncharted island with a lost lighthouse. There are 8 locations on the island where you can find local wildlife and mysterious creatures, and also castaways in need of your help. Furthermore, players are encouraged to learn about the archipelago's deities so they can form a pact with one of the gods who can help them to escape the island. Mikhail is a talented illustrator, and the art in this book is amazing. The Kickstarter page shows some beautiful line art for the game, and the funding will allow Mikhail to turn them into detailed, fully colored artwork. The adventure seems fascinating to me, and I have a soft spot for settings with a lighthouse. Also, the idea of forgotten deities also seems pretty cool, and is something I would like to explore in a game. I think more people should back this project and get it to its funding goal. Notorious Style by Fraud is a solo TTRPG about graffiti and street art. Although it's reached its funding goal, it's only raised under £1,000 at the time of recording. This Kickstarter campaign runs until the end of the month, so there's still time to back this project. Notorious Style is a solo journaling and sketching RPG where you play as a graffiti artist trying to get up in the graffiti scene, and drawing skill for the player is optional. The art for this game is stylish and striking, and they remind me of actual street art and graffiti. I love street art, so I think it's cool to play a game where you can be a graffiti artist. I also love the fact that it incorporates drawing into the mechanics, where sketching your graffiti gives you a bonus for your dice rolls. Back this scene if you want a solo RPG that lets you express your creativity through storytelling and art. Quit 1-2 Monster Boogaloo by Luke W. Henderson is an RPG-inspired scene about epic fails. It has a $500 funding goal, but it has yet to reach it. The crowdfunding campaign is running till the 2nd of March on Kickstarter. Quit 1-2 is not a single RPG, but an anthology of comics, art, short stories, and a homebrew campaign. It's a collaboration between a number of talented TTRPG writers and artists. For only $5, you can get the digital scene and enjoy content from 9 different creators. I think more people should back this project and get it funded. You Are a Billionaire and One Day You Will Die by Big Lizard Games is a solo RPG about the arcane darkness that lies in every billionaire's soul. It is close to reaching its £500 goal on Kickstarter, and the campaign is running till the end of the month. In You Are a Billionaire and One Day You Will Die, the player tells the story of a billionaire trying to defy death through increasingly arcane and extreme measures. By the looks of it, the game seems to be a satire criticizing how the ultra-wealthy are willing to do highly unethical things to hold onto their life and wealth. In terms of mechanics, the game uses randomized creative prompts to build a rich storytelling experience. This scene looks interesting to me, and I'm surprised that it hasn't reached its funding goal yet. If a billionaire dying sounds like a good idea to you, you should definitely check this project out. Against the Monster by Plot Bunnies is an RPG about a monster hunt. It has yet to reach its €2,500 funding goal, and the Kickstarter campaign runs till the end of the month. According to the page, Against the Monster is a story game about a monster hunt, the good of the monster, and the monstrosity of the hunters. Its mechanics is inspired by For the Queen. The players take turns drawing cards from a deck and answer associated questions in the random tables. At the end of the game, all main characters answer, "Do you attack the monster?" I like how this game flips the traditional monster hunting narrative, where the monster is always evil and deserves to be killed, and instead it questions the ethics of the hunters. Go to the project's page and toss a coin to its creators. Overboard by Epistolary Richard is a pirate game inspired by One Piece and Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, Richard's funding goal, but has only raised under £500 at the time of recording. It is funding until the 18th of February, so there's a week left to back it. In terms of mechanics, it uses the Swords of Our Master system by Pidar Revachol, which allows the game to focus on the mighty deeds of the characters instead of the boring logistics. The pirate theme is great, and the game has gorgeous artwork done by Afif Or. The project deserves some extra love, so go check out its page on Kickstarter. Seelie Court by Sadie Ruth is a 3-player courtroom RPG steeped in Scots mythology. At the time of recording, it has raised less than a quarter of its £2,400 funding goal and is running till 22nd of February. To play the game, all the players need are the game itself, a deck of playing cards, and writing materials. Players take on the roles of the judge, the defense, and the prosecution in cases brought against mythological creatures. The prosecution and defense players take turns to gather evidence and prepare a statement for the courtroom. They have to sabotage their opponent and wow the judge in order to win the case. I like games inspired by folklore and mythology, and I think the courtroom setting is unique and very interesting. The project is quite far off from its funding target, so check out the Kickstarter and show it some support. Ritual Magic for Besties by Red Wave Game House is about a group of friends casting a ritual spell in an urban fantasy setting. It has reached its funding goal, but has raised less than £200 at the time of recording. The project is on crowdfunder for the rest of the month. Ritual Magic for Besties is a game for 2 to 6 players and played using a deck of tarot cards. The player characters are besties who have a strong connection with each other, as the ritual magic requires strong bonds between the casters. Players establish the details of the characters' connections and slowly add to the ritual throughout the course of the game. After 6 rounds, the game ends, and the players will find out whether the spell is successful or not. The book is written by Kayla Dice and illustrated by Molo Mood. It is a game about friendship and magic. What is there not to love about the project? Go check it out on crowdfunder. The Hauntings of Hyde Park by Nicole McDougall is an unofficial scene for the Betrain. At the time of recording, it has raised 35% of its $1,200 goal on crowdfunder with only a few days left on the campaign. The scene includes 1 playbook, 1 mastermind, 3 threats, and 4 unscenes for the Betrain. I have not played the Betrain itself, but I love games using the Brindlewood-based system. I like visiting in-game places that are based on real-life locations. As someone who visits London regularly, I'm interested to see what the writer would do to Hyde Park. Go check out the project on crowdfunder and help reach its funding target. CONVICT-ION is my own ZineQuest project on Kickstarter. It's a game about gender, identity, and superpowers. At the time of recording, the project has not yet reached its funding goal, and there are 12 days left for the campaign. CONVICT-ION is a game inspired by Life is Strange, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Persona, as well as the philosophy of Butler and Foucault. Each player plays as one of the convicted in a metaphorical or literal prison. They have a conviction which is a strong belief, and a conviction which is a crime they have committed. They also have a special ability called gender, which is formed from both the convictions. The convicted have to struggle against a system that traps them in the prison, and also a terrifying villain called the Warden. I'm doing both the writing and art for the game, and I'm working with Corey Montgomery, who is the sensitivity consultant for the project. Please check out CONVICT-ION on Kickstarter. It's only £3 for the digital PDF and £4 plus shipping for the physical scene. Thanks for watching, and please go support one of the ZineQuest /ZineMonth projects if you can.